Hello, everybody. No one doesn't want to have Cape Breton succeed. All of us have been looking for various ways to remedy that age old problem. A popular view that a lot of us have looked at is the tech industry. We have everything we need in Cape Breton to have a great tech based company. But maybe there's a missing step: education. Although it is always possible to teach yourself easier things, with complex subjects, it's good to have a teacher. To that extent, we have assembled here today to talk about tech education in Cape Breton. We will have a couple speeches and a panel with various UIT students and affiliates talking about where we feel tech education in Cape Breton is going and how we can get there. Our first speaker is born and raised here in Sydney, Nova Scotia. He has loved programming since his first exposure. From making cover applications to his very own coding language, he loves all of it. After attending high school and trying out CBU, he didn't really want to leave the island to keep educating. This has given him some very important opinions. Now attending UIT, he finds his eyes opened by the interesting and dynamic world of the startup scene. He even now works as a co-founder at his own startup. I'd like everyone to give a big round of applause for Andrew MacDonald.
Thank you. So 2 nights ago, I was sitting in my living room with my brother and my mom, and my brother had his computer out. He was working on one of his programming projects, and I just mentioned he's 12 years old. He loves programming. He's always working on it, and my mom just can't seem to get him to stop. Well, she doesn't want him to stop, but get him to focus on schoolwork for a minute. So she said, she asked him if he had his project done that was for last week, actually. And he said no, he actually forgot about it, and he ran upstairs and got it half done. And luckily, as you guys know probably, yesterday was a snow day, and he didn't have to hand it in half finished, so now he has another few days to get that done. But that made me think of something, and it's that I'm watching him go through all the same things that I did when I was his age. I had a hard time staying focused on my school projects. I was always working on programming. Like Ben mentioned, I was programming since I was 11, and I just couldn't seem to, break away from that sometimes. And I feel like there's an issue, and the issue is that the issue is not that kids don't want to learn. I feel like the issue is they just learn differently. So I would often have to, force myself to break away from whatever I was working on, and it would take so long and so much effort for me to get a simple project done because I just wanted to be working on my own things. And so with this, I'm noticing my brother going through the same thing. I'm noticing so many kids, so many of his friends are interested in tech. They play Minecraft and they build all these crazy things. And I feel like we should just embrace that and let kids do what they want. So when I was in school, I would have classes that were really boring, and I'd always just be thinking about what I wanted. But when I did have a class that was like something I was interested in, be it tech or music, it was like I was a totally different person. I would go crazy in that class, get all my work done within 20 minutes, and then have nothing else to do. The problem was those classes are so rare that I just found it really hard to stay engaged with it. And I always wished that I could use my passion in school the same way a lot of kids can with sports, in gym class and whatnot. I just feel like there should have been more opportunities for me to embrace what I wanted to actually go into as a career. And with that, I did keep programming all through school as I went through high school and junior high. And I did plan on going and getting a computer science degree. The problem was that I just didn't want to go to Halifax yet. I wanted to stay home. It's my home. I have friends here. I have my girlfriend's here. My family's here. Why go away? So I decided to take the classes that I could at Cape Breton University because they do have classes for the first year that are transferable there. And I just didn't want to leave yet. So that's what I went with. needless to say, it didn't go as I'd hoped. The classes were very theoretical, and rather than learning to build awesome programs, which I wanted to do, I was learning calculus, which just wasn't for me. And I realized by the end of the year, I've drifted so far away from my original goal that I just didn't have the motivation to keep working on this. I couldn't see myself continuing to do this, and also I didn't even feel like I wanted to go to Dal anyway. So I dropped it all and I came to UIT, and I found out that UIT has the same idea that I've always had, and it's that you learn by doing. And that's what I see in a lot of people, and I think there's a problem with some kids with engagement, and it's that they don't have the chance to actually learn by doing with what they want with tech or anything like that. They don't have enough of a chance. They're not given the chance. My brother always tells me that he wishes he could go to UIT. He wishes that there was something like that for people his age. And I really feel like it's underestimated that kids can do these things. And I feel like there needs to be even more of a push for kids to be able to do what they want. And there are great people like here at UIT doing these things, kids learning code, all that stuff. But I feel like it needs to be even more so embraced. Tech classes in elementary school, more of them. It just needs to be embraced. It's the future. Tech is applicable in every industry, and kids love it. And I feel like there are a lot of opportunities to get kids engaged. And it will do a lot more for them. It will get them interested in going to school, looking forward to it. It'll boost their self-esteem, and it'll develop interests that they wouldn't have had otherwise. So I just want you to take that with you, that maybe kids should be allowed to have more fun, and then maybe they will learn better by allowing them to learn by having fun. Thank you.